Уважаемые дамы и господа,
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I cordially welcome you in the Kremlin and congratulate you on the beginning of an honorary and responsible mission in Russia. I wish you success, and I would like to express hope that it will contribute to the enhancement of bilateral relations between our countries. You may rest assured that Russian ministries, agencies, and public circles will give you any necessary assistance. Our meeting takes place at the beginning of the year 2013. For Russia, this year will be full of important international events. Our country assumed presidency over the formation of the largest global economies of the world, G20. Taking into account the grave situation in the global economy, accumulating sovereign debt, unstable financial markets, turmoil in the Eurozone, we will do our utmost so that together with our partners we could create the prerequisites for the overall revitalization and bringing economies to the track of sustainable development. These are the priorities of the Russia's presidency. Hopefully you got acquainted with them. I am referring to the promotion of investment, ensuring trust and transparency on the markets, and greater efficacy of regulation. The G20 summit will take place in St. Petersburg on the 5th and 6th of September. Before that, we will organize a series of meetings with the participation of ministers, experts, representatives of business circles, trade unions, and leaders of largest international economic and financial organizations and regional structures. We will responsibly organize and give substance to the events of the G20 in the same way as we organized Russia's presidency over the Forum of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation. The outcomes of the APEC summit in Vladivostok help efficiently deepen integration processes in the Asia-Pacific region, form a more liberal trade and investment climate. In that very spirit, the upcoming Asia-Pacific Parliamentary Forum will take place in Vladivostok, with the participation of the legislators from 28 countries of the region. The chain of Russia's presidencies in the international structures will continue in 2014 and 2015. Over these years, we will host summits of G8, BRICS, and Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Russia has been consistently pursuing the policy of an atmosphere of openness, settlement of existing political problems by political and diplomatic means, with full respect of sovereignty, territorial integrity, and equality of all states. I believe that such an approach is of great relevance when a number of threats and challenges in international relations is increasing. It will suffice to have a look at the developments in the Middle East and African continent. Conflict in Syria hasn't been abating for almost 2 years. Upheaval in Libya, accompanied by a controlled proliferation of arms, contributed to the deterioration of the situation in Mali. Terrorist attacks in Algeria that took away lives of innocent people, including those from foreign countries, became the consequences of such tragic developments. Let me stress that under such grave developments, Russia will continue upholding the rule of law, the central role of the United Nations. Being a permanent member of the UN Security Council, our country has always recognized the responsibility for ensuring security in the world, is aiming at concerted efforts together with our partners in the interests of addressing common goals and promoting a unifying and positive agenda. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, giving a brief description of the relations between Russia and the countries whose representatives presented credentials today, let me note that good prospects are discerning in the field of deepening links with the Republic of the Philippines, first of all in the area of economic relations. We believe that the country projects will be part of a bilateral roadmap on trade and investment cooperation being under deliberation right now. Our truly strategic and comprehensive partnership with Spain is developing actively. They've got fruitful contacts at various levels. In summer last year, great friend of our country, King Juan Carlos I, visited Moscow. He was decorated with the State Award of the Russian Federation for an outstanding achievement in humanitarian area. We are ready to build constructive relations with the Estonian Republic, based on the principles of good neighborly relations and mutual account of interests. We are neighbors, our interests converge, and there is a huge potential to be tapped. We are willing to pursue mutually beneficial contacts with the Republic of Sudan. We will continue contributing to the collective international efforts to normalize the situation in Darfur. Our links with friendly Sultanate of Oman are becoming more profound, including within the frameworks of the strategic dialogue between Russia and Cooperation Council of the Arab States of the Gulf. We highly value time-proven relations with the Arab Republic of Egypt. Hopefully, our Egyptian friends will manage to stabilize internal political situation and overcome social and economic hardships. We await the visit of President Morsi to our country. On the whole, we are satisfied with the state of relations between Sweden and Russia. It is important to preserve a positive momentum of a political dialogue and multifaceted cooperation based on constructive search for solutions to the problematic issues. Our priorities include strengthening good neighborly relations in regional and international affairs. The links with the Republic of Croatia are expanding. We work jointly to implement the agreed-upon achievements in fuel and energy sector, including the implementation of the project South Stream. There are great prospects to increase people-to-people contacts, economic interaction, and tourist contacts. We stand for the comprehensive development of relations with the Republic of El Salvador. Of course, we welcome the opening of the embassy of this country in Moscow in October 2012. Our ties with Myanmar are of traditionally constructive nature. Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation has just visited your country. In February, we will commemorate the 65th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between our countries. The interaction with the Republic of Congo has become more active. During the recent successful visit to Russia of the Congolese President Sassou Nguesso, important achievements have been made, in particular in the development of cooperation in fuel and energy sector and military personnel training. The links between Russia and African countries are restoring and gaining momentum. This holds true of the relations with the Republic of Benin. We are facing a practical goal to form a formidable regulatory base of interaction and develop cooperation in such areas as raw materials, mineral raw materials extraction, water use, and medicine. We are satisfied by the state of affairs in the field of active cooperation between Russia and Australia. We hold a constructive dialogue on international affairs, including within the G20. Australia will chair the G20 in 2014 after us. We are committed to the expansion of bilateral trade, economic, and investment interaction. We developed relations with the Republic of Moldova based on traditional, friendly, and common spiritual values and relations that bind our people. We are ready to expand our contacts in bilateral format and within the Commonwealth of Independent States. We will contribute in every way to the settlement of the Transnistrian issue. The Republic of Cuba is our long-standing partner and friend in Latin America. I am convinced that strategic cooperation, trade, economic, scientific and technical, as well as humanitarian links will become more paramount. We welcome the greater role of Cuba in regional affairs, since it will chair the community of Latin American and Caribbean states this year. We perceive New Zealand as an important partner of Russia in Asia-Pacific direction. Our relations are on the rise. The priorities include the completion of negotiations on the free trade agreement between the member states of the Customs Union and New Zealand and preparation for the visit of Prime Minister Key. We are interested in further strengthening comprehensive, traditionally constructive links with Mexico, first and foremost in the areas of energy sector, machine building, agriculture, and peaceful use of outer space. We will continue our interaction within the framework of various multilateral formats, with due account of Mexican experience of presidency in G20 in 2012. As always, of particular importance for Russia are relations with spiritually close to us, Serbia. We have established a trustworthy political dialogue. Large-scale economic and investment projects are implementing. We will expand these joint efforts. Our relations with the Kingdom of Swaziland are characterized by an atmosphere of mutual interaction. We will continue assisting this country in staff training and we will pursue the dialogue on relevant African problems. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me stress that we attach great importance to the relations with each and every country. I'm convinced that you will be able to feel that during the implementation of your mission here. I hope that you'll be able to get acquainted with our vast country, the way different regions are living. Tough but very interesting work is awaiting you. I sincerely wish you success. Thank you for your attention.